Imagine a 7-time world champion being pushed to the edge by a team that's known for speed and controversy. What would it take for Lewis Hamilton to walk away from Ferrari, the most iconic team in motorsport? History has the answers to this, and today we're going to be looking at the decisions, drama, and dysfunction behind Ferrari's strategies and how they just might drive Hamilton out before he even ever settles in. This is DRS Speed Hunters, and hey, if you love F1 as much as we do, hit that subscribe button and give us a thumbs up. Do you think Hamilton will thrive at Ferrari, or is it just a disaster waiting to happen? We're all ears, so join the conversation in the comments below. Ferrari has undeniably been the most famous team in Formula One. With a legacy stretching back to 1950, the prancing horse has become a symbol of passion, precision, and power. But behind the glitz and glamour lies an infamous history of poor strategy, questionable leadership decisions, and immense pressure that's pushed even the best drivers to their limits. Let's take a moment to reflect on some iconic Ferrari moments. First, Michael Schumacher's dominance in the early 2000s. That was a peak of their success. And then the heartbreaking title loss of Felipe Massa in 2008 due to a series of errors. And then Sebastian Vettel's struggles with the team politics and inconsistent decision-making during his contract. Ferrari's reputation, it's a bit of a double-edged sword. It's a team where legends are made, but also where opportunities often come undone. For Lewis Hamilton, stepping into this environment would be a move loaded with both opportunity and some uncertainty. So let's imagine what could be going on through Hamilton's mind. A chance to replicate Schumacher's legendary fairy tale run, it's a tempting one, but history has shown us that Ferrari isn't always the land of opportunity that it appears to be. If anything, it's a pressure cooker where even the strongest drivers have struggled. Now let's get real about Ferrari's recent history. While the team's passion remains unmatched, its decision-making has left fans and drivers scratching their heads in confusion. Some of their most notable strategic mistakes are Charles Leclerc at Monaco 2022. Imagine being at your home Grand Prix with pole position in your grasp and yet walking away without a podium. A poorly timed pit stop by the team saw Leclerc drop from first to fourth. A win was handed away, and the frustration was evident on Leclerc's face as he spoke to the media. Next is Brazil 2019. Leclerc and Vettel's races came to a premature end following a collision between the two. The absence of clear orders in the team and poor management allowed this unfortunate incident to unfold. Can you imagine Hamilton tolerating that kind of chaos? And next is the Dutch Grand Prix 2022. In just a baffling display of mismanagement, Ferrari called both Leclerc and Sainz into the pits simultaneously, resulting in unnecessary delays for both drivers. The lack of coordination not only disrupted the race, but also highlighted the team's ongoing struggles with operational efficiency. Next is leadership issues. From Mattia Binotto's controversial leadership to the arrival of Fred Vasseur, the constant reshuffling of team leaders has led drivers to just struggle to adapt to the changing dynamics. Imagine joining a team where the goalposts keep shifting. And for someone like Hamilton, who's accustomed to Mercedes' structured and supportive environment, this instability, it could be a major problem. And last, high expectations and low delivery. Ferrari's passionate fan base and tireless pursuit of success can create a sort of pressure cooker environment. The tifosi are very unforgiving, and their expectations can sometimes overshadow the team's actual capabilities. Drivers often fear the brunt of the mental stress, which can lead to cracks in even the most experienced racers. Could Hamilton, who's already under immense pressure, handle the additional weight of the tifosi's expectations? And over the years, Ferrari's dysfunction has cost drivers both championships and mental peace. Let's look at 3 key examples. First, Fernando Alonso. Alonso's time at Ferrari from 2010 to 14 was full of near misses and regular heartbreak. Despite his incredible skill, Ferrari's inability to provide a competitive car and their questionable strategies cost him multiple titles. Remember the 2010 Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, where Alonso found himself stuck behind Vitaly Petrov, just helpless as his championship hopes slipped away due to a costly strategic miscalculation? His frustration was very palpable by the end of his contract with Ferrari. Next is Charles Leclerc. Leclerc, Ferrari's golden boy, has faced similar issues. From strategy errors to technical problems, his career at Ferrari has been quite the roller coaster. Remember the heartbreak in Spain in 2022? He was leading the race only for his engine to give up on him. Despite his immense talent, the team's decisions often undermine his efforts. Now let's bring Lewis Hamilton into the picture, a 7-time world champion with a legacy that speaks for itself. Now Hamilton's not a stranger to challenges, but Ferrari presents a unique gamble, and this is why. First, expectations. Hamilton has always thrived in a structured and seamlessly efficient team like Mercedes. Ferrari's chaotic environment could clash with his expectations of precision and teamwork. Would he have the patience to navigate such a disorganized setup? Could he endure the frustration that knowing his input might not always translate into results? Next is the pressure of the tifosi. Now, Ferrari's fan base is both its greatest asset and biggest challenge, and the tifosi demand success, and failure is usually met with pretty brutal criticism. Can Hamilton, who's already achieved so much, withstand that level of pressure? What if Hamilton doesn't deliver wins in his first season with Ferrari? How quickly will the narrative shift from savior to scapegoat? Next, his legacy is at stake. Hamilton's move to Ferrari would undoubtedly be a legacy-defining decision. It's a high-risk and high-reward scenario, with very high stakes. One major challenge would be the dynamic with Leclerc, Ferrari's current golden boy who could undoubtedly resist relinquishing his number one status. Hamilton, known for his fierce competitiveness, would never accept being positioned as a number two driver, which could lead to tensions within the team. Balancing this internal power struggle alongside the pressure of delivering results could make or break Hamilton's time at Ferrari. Now, several scenarios could push Hamilton to leave Ferrari. Here are a few possibilities. Strategic errors. Now, many strategy errors, like those that affected Leclerc and Vettel, could be a tipping point. Hamilton could quickly lose patience with such mistakes. Imagine losing a championship because of a poorly timed pit stop. For a driver experienced like Hamilton, that is unacceptable. The poor handling of Carlos Sainz's strategy, such as the inconsistent pit calls and failure to support him during key moments, further illustrates Ferrari's ongoing strategic errors. These kinds of mistakes would only add to Hamilton's frustration and could drive him to reconsider his future with the team. Next is leadership instability. Hamilton values clear leadership and direction, and if Ferrari's management continues to change or fails to support him, it could drive him away. Hamilton thrives on trust and collaboration, and without these, his time at Ferrari would be very short-lived. And last, a lack of competitiveness. Hamilton has a primary goal always, and that is to win. And if Ferrari can't provide a car capable of challenging for championships, he may just walk away rather than waste his remaining years in F1. Imagine Hamilton watching Verstappen and Norris battle at the front while he's just stuck in the middle. That's not how he wants his story to end. The question is, can Ferrari truly change its ways? Having to overcome decades of poor decision-making tendencies, look, it's no small task, but Ferrari has shown us glimpses of what they're capable of when everything aligns. The passion and resources are all there, and it's a matter of channeling them effectively. To convince someone like Hamilton to stay, Ferrari needs to change its entire decision-making process. This means hiring top-tier strategists, adopting a data-driven approach, and ensuring that split-second decisions on race day are flawless. But it's easier said than done. Formula One is a high-pressure environment, and Ferrari has a historical tendency to panic under pressure, which often leads to them making poor decisions. Can they create a culture where calmness and precision are normal? Well, fingers crossed. For a driver like Hamilton, stability at the top is essential. He thrived at Mercedes under Toto Wolff because of the clear direction and unified approach that Wolff provided. Fred Vasseur, Ferrari's current team principal, has a big task ahead of him. He needs to win the trust of the drivers, engineers, and fans while ensuring that Ferrari doesn't repeat the mistakes of past management regimes. If Vasseur can bring calmness and consistency to the team, it could be the beginning of a new era. All of the strategy and leadership stability in the world won't matter at all if Ferrari can't deliver a competitive car. The F175 and SF23 showed some promise in 22 and 23, but reliability issues and a lack of consistent pace compared to Red Bull and Mercedes have kept Ferrari out of championship contention. For Hamilton to stay with Ferrari, he's going to need assurances that the team can deliver a car capable of competing at the front every weekend. This means investing heavily in research and development, attracting the best engineers in the industry, and closing the performance gap between Ferrari and their rivals. But only time will tell if Ferrari can rise to the challenge and avoid repeating the mistakes of the past. Now, history shows us that Ferrari can reinvent itself under the right circumstances. The Schumacher-Brown-Todt era is proof that when Ferrari gets it right, they become an unstoppable force. But can they replicate that magic in the modern F1 era, where data, aerodynamics, and strategy are now more critical than ever? For Lewis Hamilton, the stakes couldn't be higher. If Ferrari succeeds, he could achieve the ultimate dream, winning a championship with the most legendary team in Formula One. If they fail, it could be a gamble gone wrong, tarnishing his dream of becoming an 8th world champion. Now, what do you think? Could Ferrari strategies really push Lewis Hamilton to leave the team, or would the temptation of driving for the most iconic team in motorsport outweigh the risks? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the video with your fellow F1 fans. Thanks for watching DRS Speed Hunters, and we'll see you next time. Keep on chasing that speed and the stories that make this sport legendary.